Hi, my name is Peter Dufresne from EPT Clean Oil, and I'm excited to be bringing this week's episode of In the Middle from Muscat, Oman. I'm here with my colleague.
Hi, this is Khashayar Haji Ahmed, Business Development Manager for EPT Clean Oil. We are excited to record this session for you.
Can you tell me, aside from a basic journal bearing, applications that would also have tilt pad bearings and how those would be impacted from chemistry issues?
Turbo compressors are one of the applications that we see these kind of bearings. And then, they are very critical handling a thrust load coming from a very large shaft, long shaft. And then once this little 100 micron film is compromised by varnish layer, it will be causing a trip of a facility, which can be per hour millions of dollars of production stop. So it can really affect the downtime.
Okay, so is there any reason why does the varnish just stick to the tilt pads, or does it stick on the journals?
Any type of bearing which is hot, vibrating, it can happen.
So is there a temperature variance between the journal bearing and the tilt pad bearing?
There is on tilt pad bearings, there is a little bit higher on temperature side, and then this can cause higher oxidation rate on the lubricant.
So they could be a little bit more sensitive applications of tilt pad bearings.
Sure. Yeah. They are generally hotter than the other type of bearing.
Another situation we see from time to time is Babbitt bearings. So tell me, if you're using Babbitt bearings, how would that impact perhaps your maintenance?
Babbitt bearings are very sensitive in terms of they are a material which they reduce friction, but they are very sensitive into the mechanical friction. So they can get damaged very fast, and then it's very, very important to keep lubrication as reliable as possible, especially with this type of bearings.
So is there temperature limitations to applications using Babbitt bearings?
There is no temperature limitation as such, but when the mechanical touch between the asperities of such bearing happens, the local hottest spots, they can go beyond the tolerance of such material, heat tolerance. So once the heat is going above, I'm talking on asperity level, not on the total bearing temperature. So on the asperity level, once this happens, then it will be damaging the bearing so fast.
No, I was led to believe that because Babbitt bearings are the most forgiving to use, of course, and that's why they're used. But that comes with the sacrifice of temperature, and that a typical journal bearing would have a much higher temperature resistance than, say, a Babbitt bearing.
They are sensitive, but what happens is that they are designed to have this lubrication film formed.
Yeah.
So once the lubrication film is not happening due to varnish or any kind of incident, it can be mechanical reasons or lubrication related. This high temperature goes above the limit of these bearings. So they are better, but they cannot tolerate very, very high temperatures.
Okay. And what happens if something gets deposited on that bearing surface?
These turbo machinery, they are having a vibration sensors or displacement sensors, which measures the shaft movement. And then once you have a thick layer of varnish, you will be having a shutdown coming due to the shaft movement. And then lube oil film is not formed when the varnish layer is too thick. So the shaft is moving. The shaft is moving. So you will have a trip due to the vibrations coming out of. Nobody considers the lubrication as the first cause, but this can be due to varnish.